Hey, what's up, guys? Quick video. If you're too much in your head, if you're too much overthinking stuff, for example, this is actually a literal example of what I'm trying to teach. If you're overthinking stuff too much, what you have to do is just act. Really simple point. If you are on one end of the spectrum and you're too much thinking about stuff, so you could say like you're too much in your head, then what you have to do in order to get out of your head is to literally act without any thinking. Without thinking. Obviously, don't literally go to the extreme of like doing dumb stuff, but the point is to just act without necessarily thinking. A good way for me to do this is just kind of surrender to whatever my subconscious wants to do. So it's like just automatic actions, even if it's walking, even if it's literally doing this. So like it doesn't even matter. Literally, if you walk in place, if you walk reverse, if you lie on your back, you stand up, you lie on your back, you stand up, you twist your hands like this. It doesn't matter necessarily what you do, as long as you act without thinking, then you're out of your head. So if you want to get out of your head, if you want to solve overthinking, you just have to act without thinking. It's like the complete opposite of the spectrum. And then while I'm still here, let me just give you another insight, because I've had a bunch of insights lately. So another one is that there's no progress without action. So for example, what I mean is literally, if you look at the laws of physics, if an object remains in place and there's no force acting upon it, then the object doesn't move. It stays at rest. An object, I think it's called like an object that is at rest with no force acting upon it, stays at rest. In the exact same way, if you don't act, you don't get closer to your goals. It might sound obvious, but try and understand what I'm saying. Don't try and understand the words, but try and understand the meaning, like the insight. What I'm actually saying is if you don't act, there's literally no progress. There's a direct correlation between action and progress. You have to really see it like a video game almost. If you press the right arrow key, only then do you move closer to your goal. So if you're not pressing this key, then nothing happens. Literally, you stay at rest. So that's basically kind of the main point I want to make of this. Another one is that's nothing really important. So there is nothing really that important in life. So if you genuinely, objectively look at life, you have to understand that nothing is truly important. There is no way to prove this. There is nothing that is important. It's only to you, in your situation, in your life right now, that something seems important. Whether this is money, whether this is your house, whether this is your family, the people around you. All of these things are not important. Life is not important. Nature is not important. This video is not important. Importance doesn't exist. That's another one for you there. The biggest insights I've had lately are not so much understandable through knowledge. So even the first and second point I made are not really so much understandable through knowledge, but they're understandable through awareness and imagination. So let me just really quickly write it down. So awareness, because you have to reach a certain level of awareness to really understand it. So you cannot understand this with knowledge. Like I made a video about this with 4 like really strange images of myself as a thumbnail. And the point is that insights like this, like you only achieve your goal if you act, or you only get closer to your goal if you act, or there's no progress if you don't act. Insights like these, they seem to make sense at the surface level, but you cannot understand this through words. If you think you understand this point just based on the words, then that's not true, you're wrong. You have to understand it through awareness and imagination. What I mean with this is you have to imagine that the only way to achieve your goals by acting, there is no progress unless there's action. It's kind of something you have to feel, something you have to become aware of, something you have to imagine. So that's the third one for you there. And I'm actually, by the way, the reason I'm speaking quite fast, the reason I'm kind of pushing a lot of content in this video is because I'm trying to practice what I preach, because I was in my head too much and now I'm just acting without thinking. So trying to at least, the biggest insights always focus on, okay. Another thing is the biggest insights are always focused on what you should not do. So for example, not creating problems. Problems do not really exist. There's no way for you to objectively prove there's problems. Another one is the one I just explained. If you do not act, like the absence of action means no movement. That's more important than trying to find the right thing to do. And also that there's no magic. So that's maybe one topic for another video, but essentially that you're in 100% control of your reality, 100% responsible and in control of your reality. I'm just going to put responsible here because why not? And then also, the only way to remember techniques is to use them. So I'm actually translating this from Dutch. The only way to remember stuff and is not to try and read it, is not to try and, I don't know, like recall it like you did in school. The best and really the only way to remember stuff in the long term, definitely, is to use it. So whether it's in school, if you just read about maths, you were guaranteed to not solve a difficult problem. But if you actually practiced a lot of problems, you were more likely to remember what you need to remember. So the same applies to reality creation, to, I don't know, life, work. You have to use this stuff. So right now I'm talking about these insights. And by talking about these insights, nothing in my life will change. Absolutely nothing will happen if I talk about these insights. It doesn't benefit me. I hope it benefits you if you understand the point. But nothing will happen. Nothing will happen if I do not use it. So I'm actually going to use it after the video, of course, for whatever I want to create in my life and not just talk about it. And finally, yeah, I just explained the last one. It's like if you're too much in your head, just act, which is exactly what I've done today. I've put, what is it, like 6 valuable insights in one short video. I'm going to end the video in 6:36. So hope you enjoyed this one. Looking forward to see you in the next one. It's quite a strange one, but I love those ones. See you later.